Students, I told you last time that I will first discuss the homework because I know that in geometry things will come only with practice. You're not used to much of geometry. So anyway, practice all this and repeatedly revise even in your summer vacation. So now first question of homework on page 60. You were supposed to prove that angle ABD and ACD are equal. There are two ways to prove it. Because AB is equal to AC, therefore in triangle ABC you can take ABC and ACB are equal. Base angles of isosceles triangles or angles opposite equal sides. You can do that. And secondly, you can say that even in triangle BCD, BD is equal to CD. So you have DBC and DCB are equal, both are y. So therefore you can add them both and say that ABD is x plus y, ACD is x plus y, so those two triangle angles are equal. Or simpler, you can take triangle ABD and ACD, AC equals AB, BD equals CD and AD is common. So those two triangles ABD and ACD, you have to write all the steps. It's not this. This is not the proof, this is just the hints. So you can write all the three steps and prove these two triangles are congruent by SSS test. So the corresponding angles, angle ABD and ACD will be congruent CPCTC. So you have to write all these steps and prove this, and not just, don't tell that sir wrote one step and wrote it, you won't get marks. You have to show all the steps and write it. I am only giving you hints so that you can check your answers. I know in congruency an isosceles triangle, and for that reason in geometry generally sometimes people make mistakes with the steps. Then you have the second sum which is very important. You are supposed to prove PR is equal to PQ. So that is what is asked in the second question. PQ is equal to PR. So in order to prove that, you draw separately those two triangles which you want to prove congruent. You will find once you draw it that angle SPR and QPT is one and the same angle. There is only one angle at angle P. So SPR and QPT is the same angle. So it is same angle or common angle you can write. Then PSR is 90 and PTQ is 90, each are 90, and SR is equal to QT, that is given. So therefore the two triangles are congruent, not RHS. Immediately when you see 90 degree, don't write RHS. Here it is AAS or SAA. Either way you can write it, SAA test. So it is not RHS test, you don't have hypotenuse is equal. No one told you that the hypotenuse is equal, so it is SAA test. Which test is not there? ASS. SAA is there. Then the next one, little lengthy. So this second one was very important. This is something that can be asked in school exams. Next one, very simple but quite lengthy. This is again only the hints, it is not all the steps. First of all, you have PQ equals to QR is equal to PR. Because it is given PQR is equilateral triangle. Also angle P, angle Q and angle R are 60 degree. Again same reason, equilateral triangle. Now you are given A, B and C are midpoints of those corresponding sides. So you can say PA is equal to AQ, half of PQ. PB is equal to BR is half of PR. And QC is equal to CR is equal to half of QR. But since all these three sides are equal, you have PQ, QR and PR equal. So all these six parts, that is PA, AQ, QC, CR, BR and PB, all those six parts of these three steps are equal. And reason is because all the three are equal sides, PQ, QR and PR are equal. So then you take this triangle PAB and prove it is congruent to triangle AQC. You have to write three steps. that PA is equal to AQ. These two angles are 60 degree and QC is equal to, you have to show that QC is equal to PB. So PA equal AQ, this both angles 60 degree and QC is equal to PB. So SAS test. Similarly, you prove these two triangles congruent. So again same thing, PB, BR 60, 60 and PA with CR. So again SAS test. So now since PAB is common in both these steps, so you can say that all these three are congruent triangles by SAS test. So those two triangles are congruent, all the three triangles are congruent by SAS. I have written here, show all the steps to prove this and show all the steps to prove this. So it would be around another 5 more steps. So it would be around 13-14 steps in this sum. So this is an explanation of these three sums. I also give you the explanation of the 10th homework sum. So if you were unable to do it or you did something else, then this is the correct method to prove those two triangles and prove those three triangles are congruent. This is the working of question number 10. The figure is given in the question, so you can see it. First of all, you can prove triangle ABO and triangle CBO are congruent. That's very simple. All three sides, you are already given AB equal to BC, BO is common side, and OA is equal to OC. So SSS test. Why are you doing that? Because you can prove by doing that angle AOB and BOC are equal, CPCTC. So both are equal and both of them will add to 180 degree because it is linear pair. So you can say x plus x is 180 or x is 90. So both those angles are 90 degree. So those two angles are 90 degree. Therefore, you can say that the line BD and AC are perpendicular. Why you needed that? Because you needed that to prove the other triangles which you actually need to prove, that is AOD and COD congruent. That you can prove by using these three steps. So you have to write OA is equal to OC. Then step number 8, you have just proved that AOD is equal to DOC. Both are 90. And you can say OD is equal to OD, that is common side. So you have to show those three steps there. And then write, therefore, those two triangles are congruent by SAS test. And therefore, AD is equal to CD, CPCTC. This is a very simple proof. So you have to write all the steps. It is not that you just write it that way. This is your homework sums, the 4 sums in which you had homework, which I told I will discuss first in the next class. That is in today's video lecture. Now we will continue with the next sum because we have to start from question number 9 on page 58. So now we go on to classwork sum number 9 on page 58. So first of all, in that sum the word median comes, median. Now what is a median? It is given in triangle ABC, BD is the median. Median is a line which is joining any vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. So if BD is median, it means D is midpoint of AC. So if it is given median, that automatically means D is midpoint of AC. And in a triangle, how many medians can you have? You can have one from A to the midpoint of BC, from B to the midpoint of AC, and third, from C to the midpoint of AB. So there can be maximum 3 medians in a triangle. Any triangle will have 3 medians from each vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. And the point of intersection of all the 3 medians will be called centroid. It is also the center of gravity of that triangle. Centroid is the center of gravity of that triangle. You will learn that in 10th standard physics. So now here it is given that from the vertex B, median BD when produced in such a way that BD is equal to DE. BD is equal to DE is given. Median BD is produced such that BD is equal to DE. Then you are asked to prove that AE is parallel to BC. Now when you have to prove parallel, two lines are parallel, there are three tests which you can use, any one of those three tests. I hope you remember parallel lines, you would have done it in 8th standard. So when you have to prove that these two lines are parallel, then usually you have a transversal. You can prove either any pair of alternate angles are equal. If alternate angles are equal, angles which form a Z, if they are equal, then you can say those two lines, let's say line L and line M, are parallel. So, if you are proving two lines are parallel, then the reason you will write in this case will be converse of alternate angles test. If you have proved two alternate angles are equal, and then you are saying that those lines are parallel, then you have to write the word converse of alternate angles test of parallel lines. If they had already given you that these two lines are parallel, and then you are saying that these two angles are equal, both are equal, then in that case, since it is already given lines are parallel, you will be writing alternate angles test, and you will not use the word converse. So you can use converse of alternate angles test and prove that those two lines are parallel. So instead of using alternate angles, you can even use corresponding angles, any corresponding angle, y and y, or even the angle below that. Those are also corresponding angles. Even this one on top and this one on top is corresponding angles. If you can prove any one of the corresponding angles are equal, then too you can say line L is parallel to line M by converse of corresponding angles test. And the third one, which you can use to prove any lines parallel, is that let's say that this angle is x and you know this angle y and they are adding up. These two angles add up to 180 degree. That means those two angles are supplementary. Then you can say by converse of interior angles test, line L will be parallel to line M. So there are three tests to prove lines parallel. Either you use alternate angles, or you use corresponding angles are equal, or you use sum of interior angles is 180 degree. If you use any one of these three tests, you can prove that the two lines are parallel. But whether you use alternate or you use corresponding or you use co-interior angles or supplementary, you have to write the word line L parallel to line M by converse of what should be there. After that, alternate angle or corresponding angle or interior angles are supplementary test. So in this case it is simple. You already know D is the midpoint, so AD is equal to DC. Then you know that these two angles are vertically opposite. Now what are vertically opposite angles? Be very clear. Anything that looks vertically opposite is not vertically opposite. It has to be two straight lines intersecting each other. Only then you can say that this and this are opposite angles, or this and this are opposite angles, vertically opposite angles. Now if you find something like this is not a straight line. So in that case you can't say that this angle and this angle are equal. It has to be two straight lines intersecting each other. So if here you have given something like this and this is not a straight line, then you can't use vertical opposite angles. So be careful. Here of course it is two straight lines intersecting each other. So angle ADE and BDC are vertically opposite angles. This is straight line, this is also straight line. And then you have it has also been given that BD is equal to DE. So you have SAS test. So you have proved those two triangles congruent by SAS test. And once you use SAS test and proved those two triangles are congruent, then you can say that this angle out here, angle E, and this angle out here, they are both congruent or equal. Those two angles are equal by CP/CTC. And this forms a Z. You can see that that forms a Z. This angle, this is A, E, B, and that is E, B, C. So these both are equal. That is what you did by CP/CTC. So because it forms a Z in those two triangles which are congruent, so you can say that AE is parallel to BC by converse of alternate angles test. You have to write this word converse, converse of alternate angles test. Instead of using angle AED equals to DEC, you could also have used angle AEAD and angle BCD. Why? Because that also forms a Z. You could have used those two also, EAD and angle DCB. A is somewhere here. So these two angles also would have formed alternate angles. Either of them you can use. I have written AED is equal to DBC CP/CTC. Hence, AE is parallel to BC by converse of alternate angles test. If you don't write this word converse, you will definitely, teachers will cut at least half mark for that, maybe 1 mark. So this is a very important sum. It's very short, but you ought to know what is the meaning of median, and you ought to draw the figure on your own. So reading the question and interpreting the question and drawing the figure is important. Then you have to know that you have to use alternate angles and write the word converse of alternate angles test when you're proving lines are parallel. So please copy this. We will go on to the next sum. So this question 10 and question 11 of classwork are both important. You have to learn these sums properly. The method, it's very easy to understand. But first of all, you have to understand when they tell you that perpendicular bisectors of the sides of triangle ABC meet at point I. So you have to understand what is the meaning of perpendicular and bisector. So perpendicular, IP is perpendicular to AB. That is one thing given. Similarly, IQ perpendicular to BC and IR perpendicular to AC. At the same time, it is not just mentioned that the three perpendiculars meet at I, it is given the perpendicular bisectors. Now bisector means P is midpoint of AB. So AP and BP will be equal. Similarly, Q is midpoint of BC. So BQ is equal to QC. Here I had used one line to mention AP is equal to PB. Now I am using two lines to show BQ is equal to QC. I am not using the same thing because no one told me that AB is equal to BC. I can't assume what is not given. So it is not given that this triangle is equilateral or isosceles or something like that. So I can't assume AB equal to BC or AC. I have only given IP is perpendicular to AB, so those two angles are 90. And IP is bisector of AB, so P is midpoint of AB. So AP and PB are equal. Same way IQ perpendicular to BC, so IQB and IQC, those two angles are 90. And you are given IQ perpendicular bisector, bisects BC, so BQ is equal to QC. Same way, IR is perpendicular to AC, so those two angles IRA and IRC are equal. And IR is bisector of AC, So AR is equal to RC. So that is what is given. And you are asked to prove that IP, IQ and IP, IQ, IR, those three perpendicular bisectors are equal. It's a simple proof. You have to join IA, IB and IC. So you can write a construction. Construction is join. It is not actually a construction, but you can write that if you want. So you can write join IA because that is already given, it is perpendicular bisector. So you can show that IP, IQ and IR. So that now you have to see which triangles to prove congruent. Look at the figure, you will immediately get the answer. This side AP and P are equal, those two angles are equal, and IP is common side. So you have to first take API and BPI. API and BPI. And prove those two triangles congruent by S 90 degree A, and that is common side. So it is SAS test. So because of that, you can say that IA is equal to IB. To have proved IA equals to IB or PI, so that is IA is equal to IB, you have shown. So next, you can take these two triangles, and in those two triangles, you can say that again the same thing SAS, AR is equal to RC, these two angles are 90 degree, and the reasons have to be written everywhere. Where I have written ARI is equal to CRI, ARI is equal to CRI, I have written IR perpendicular to AC, given it is. And same way, you have written AR is equal to RC. The reason for that is IR bisects AC. So this is bisects AC. It is given perpendicular bisector. So same way IP bisects AB and IP perpendicular to AB. So those reasons have to be written, and when you prove the triangles congruent, you need to write SAS test. So here also this triangle AIR and CIR are congruent by SA and common side IR, SAS test. So now again here you can say IA is equal to IC, IA is equal to IC, CP, CTC. So now in these two steps, 5th and 10th step, IA is common. IA is common in both these steps, IA. So you can say IA, IB and IC are equal by steps 5 and 10 because there is one thing common. So that is the proof of IA equals IB equals IC. It's an important sum, it's a short sum, it is not very long, so it's an important sum. Similarly, question 11. You are given ABCD is a parallelogram, and it is very clearly given in the question that angle BA and angle C are the obtuse angles. Obtuse angles means angles more than 90 degree. So this angle which looks more than 90 degree, obviously this angle is less than 90 degree. They both will add up to 180. So angle C is more than 90 and angle A, that means angle BAD is more than 90. And then you are given that on the diagonal BD, points X and Y are such that XAD is 90 and YCB is 90. So when I draw the 90 degree, it should look 90. So obviously this and this line should look perpendicular to each other. So XAD is 90 and YCB also is 90. So YC should look perpendicular to BC. Now you may be given or having a choice of taking this smaller triangle ABX and CYD, but I feel that will be 2 steps more. So that is why I have taken triangle ADX and triangle BCY. Reason in these two triangles, opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. Then alternate angles are equal, that is angle ADX and angle CBY. And you are given two angles are 90 degree, so you can easily see it is ASA test. I told you the only test that is not there which you may get confused is ASS test. ASA or SAA is there. So this is ASA test. So you can prove the two triangles congruent by ASA test. So therefore the corresponding side XA and YC, they will be equal CPCTC. So the steps are given there. In each step, reason has to be written. XAD is equal to BCY 90 degree each. AD equal to BC, opposite sides of parallelogram, short form for parallelogram, parallelogram, accepted short form, ABCD. ADX is equal to CBY because AD is parallel to BC and alternate angles. So triangle ADX congruent to BCY or BYC by ASA test, and XA will be equal to YC, that is CPCTC. So that is what you had to prove in sum number 11. We will continue with the next one. So now in question number 12, you are given that AB is produced to E, such that AB is equal to BE. It is also given that AD is produced to F, such that AD is equal to DF. So that is already given, and you are given ABCD is a parallelogram. So now you need to prove that these two triangles, that is BCE and DCF, are congruent. When you look at it, once you draw the figure, it's a simple proof. Please note that EC and CF, no one has given it's a straight line. So it is not straight line, and this is what I told you, these two are not vertically opposite angles. Neither is this a straight line nor is this a straight line. So you can't say that DCF and BCE are vertically opposite. If you use that, that is wrong. So then the entire proof is wrong. I had told you only if two straight lines intersect, then you get vertically opposite angles. Here is a unique case where some people write this as vertically opposite, that is wrong. So now, since this is a parallelogram, let's assume angle ABC is x. If angle ABC is x degree, then opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. So angle ADC is also x. That's a property of parallelogram, that opposite angles of parallelogram are equal. Now if this angle is x, that is ABC is x, then EBC will be 180 minus x, because that forms a linear pair. Similarly, if ADC is x, then CDF will be 180 minus x, because that is again a linear pair with this. So now you have these two angles, that is EBC and CDF, are both 180 minus x. Then you can also see that BC and AD are opposite sides of parallelogram, so they are equal, and AD is equal to DF. It's given that AD produced to F such that AD is equal to DF, so you get BC is equal to DF. So you have to write that step and show that you have BC is equal to AD, opposite sides of parallelogram, AD equal DF given. So since AD is common here, so all the three are equal. So BC, AD and DF, all the three are equal. So this is required because you need to show first that BC is equal to DF. Not just the figure, you have to write and show. Similarly, you have got AB is equal to AD, AB is equal to DC. Opposite sides of parallelogram are equal, so AB and DC. Already it is given that AB is produced to E such that AB is equal to B. So AB is equal to B, both of them are equal, and since this and this are equal, and already AB is equal to DC, so all these three sides, that is BE, AB and DC are equal to each other. So you will get BE equal DC, which we have proved here. Same way, all three steps has to be written. So now when you take these two triangles, you get BE is equal to DC, that is from step number 10. Then you have angle EBC is equal to CDF, that is from these two steps you have proved 180 minus x. And then you have BC is equal to DF. BC is equal to DF was proved in step number 7. So from these three steps, you can say triangle BEC and triangle DCF are congruent by SAS test. So that is the proof. It's a simple proof, though it is a bit lengthy. So this, we will do this as the last sum for today, and then we will continue and finish congruency next video, and then after that we will continue isosceles, because both congruency and isosceles is one only. Here also many times you have used isosceles triangle property already. So now in this case, you are given certain things. You are given D is midpoint of AB, both those are shown equal. If you look at the figure given in your Anish tutorial book on page 59, you can see those things are given, that AD is equal to BD. Then you are given that these two lines are parallel, that means DE and DC are parallel. Now if these two lines are parallel, if I take this as x, then I can say that this angle is also x. Why? Because those two will be corresponding angles. It is x and x, corresponding angles, so I can mark them as x. Similarly, on the other side, I can mark these two angles as y. Same reason, DE is parallel to BC, so angle AD and ACB will be corresponding angles, not alternate. These are corresponding angles. AB is the transversal, and in that case AC is the transversal. You are also given that DF is parallel to AC. This symbol shows that AC and DF are parallel. So because DF is parallel to AC, these two angles also, DFB and ACB, will be corresponding angles. See this? So these two lines are parallel lines. So these two angles are also corresponding angles. So now if you take triangle ADE and triangle BDF, you have AD is equal to BD. Then angle ADE is equal to DBF, both are x, you had used corresponding angles. And then you have even proved that AED is equal to DFB. Not directly, but first you proved these two are corresponding, then you proved these two are corresponding, so these two both will be y. So now you can say that these two triangles are congruent by S angle SAA test. SAA test is the test by which you are proving those two triangles are congruent, and therefore you can say that DE and BF are equal by CPCPC. So all the steps are written there. This is three steps, like you have first written AED is equal to ACB, AED is equal to ACB is equal to Y. That is because you have been given corresponding angles from one DE parallel to BC, and therefore these two are corresponding angles. AED is equal to ACB. Then you are given DF parallel to AC, so you have written that ACB, that same ACB, is equal to DFB. So since here you have ACB as common, both these are common, therefore AED and DFB will be equal, both are y. So therefore the two angles are equal. So you can say triangle ADE and triangle DBF, they are congruent by SAA test. So DE is equal to BF. So you have to write the steps systematically and write all the reasons. So students, after this sum now, the homework for Sunday 26th April, because mostly the next set of videos will come to you on Monday. So on Sunday 26th April, by Sunday you finish this homework. Page 61 only 4 sums. Question 7, 8, 9 and 11. 10 you have already done. So these 4 sums which are relatively simpler, these 4 sums you do it and keep it for 26th. When I send you the next set of videos on Monday, that is 27th April, I will explain like I did today how to solve those 4 sums. But you try it, you should definitely try it and do it on your own, and then once I tell it, you check whether you have done it correctly. Bye students.